Hey everyone, it's Holly and welcome to my first book haul of the year. I bought a lot of these books. These are purchases from November, December, and now into January. I don't plan on buying any more books in January. I didn't even really plan on buying books in January. I just went to Barnes & Noble for some reason, and I'm pretty sure I grabbed them all. I did do a Christmas book haul last week, so these are the books that I purchased for myself, and they're in no particular order except the order that I threw them down in front of me. So let's get started. First was a newer release, and that was The Rogue Not Taken by Sarah MacLean. This is her first book in her Scandal and Scoundrels series, which is new. This came out right at the end of December, and I had to have it, and I loved it. And can we talk about this girl on the cover? Like, doesn't she look a little, like, full-figured? Which, I don't know if that's, like, intentional, or if it's the picture, or if it's her dress. But I like to think it's intentional, and I love Sarah MacLean. I've already read this. I will be talking about it in my wrap-up at the end of the month. I highly recommend her. She writes amazing historical romance. Next is a book I talked about last week, and that is Ninth Key by Meg Cabot. This is the second book in the Mediator series. I bought this from Thrift Books because it is the only book in the series I do not own, so I wanted to pick it up so that I can reread the series and then read the new book that Meg Cabot has coming out next month. This is a young adult paranormal-y series. I read it a long time ago. Hopefully it's still good. It's about a girl who, she's a mediator, so she sees ghosts, and then there's like a romance and everything. And I remember it being kind of funny, and I don't typically like ghost stories in any way. Like, I can handle a lot of paranormal stuff, but ghosts really give me the heebie-jeebies, but this is fine for the most part. I remember it creeping me out a little bit. But so there was one day, like I said, I just like randomly went into Barnes & Noble, and I can't remember why I went there. I was going to the mall for some reason, and I have a $100 gift card. I have other gift cards I got for Christmas, but this was one from like a credit card reward I had. I decided to kind of just buy things I had been wanting, and I kind of just wandered around the store. Two books I bought, I had wanted for a little while, but like I couldn't justify purchasing, but I figured since I had the gift card it was okay. So I actually got The Heir by Kiera Cass, and I know this book has gotten like mixed reviews and everything, but who knows. I do want to read it. I enjoyed the Selection series, so I figured this would be a good one, and the majority of my Selection books are hardcover, so I wanted to make sure that I got this in hardcover too. And then I did get Happily Ever After, which is kind of like a bind up, and this is like a special edition. It says it has exclusive scenes and art inside, so I don't know if that's just Barnes & Noble or if, I don't know. So it has several novellas. So it has The Queen, The Prince, The Guard, The Favorite. It has scenes from Celeste, The Maid, After the One, Where Are They Now, and then a sneak peek at her new book, The Siren. So I've read The Prince and The Guard before. I have them as ebooks, but I had actually wanted this before. I don't know, and I think it's pretty. I think these books are very gorgeous, and I might as well add it to my shelf and stuff. And I'm a sucker for like epilogues. Actually, the art is really cute. I wonder if it's fan art or if it's just like, I don't know. Like, look, I don't even, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. And there's one on the back too. And then I did pick up, they had Maybe Not by Colleen Hoover, which I own as an ebook. I've read it. I love it. It's kind of like a companion to Maybe Someday. About Warren and Bridget Card. I had wanted this in physical copy for a while just to add it to my shelf and everything. I own all of Colleen Hoover's books except for the Never Never ones. So my battery just died. So she got me All Fall Down by Ally Carter, which is fine, obviously. And they had it in the paperback, so I decided to pick it up. The second book in the series, which name escapes me right now, was also out. And I wanted to buy it, and I had it in my hand, but that's hardcover and this is paperback. And it was really hard because already the two series I have by Ally Carter, both of them don't match on my shelf. And honestly, if I read this anytime soon, I will probably end up buying the second book in hardcover if it hasn't come out in paperback yet. But I figured I would try to get them in matching books. And I am very excited to read this. I love Ally Carter. So then I had talked about this book before. I bought The Revolution of Ivy. I bought it when I was reading the Book of Ivy. and I needed to get this because I couldn't get it from the library. So I ran to Barnes & Noble and picked it up. I think I bought it with that same gift card, or maybe not, I don't remember. Like a while ago, back when I read that in like November or December. I can't even remember when I read things anymore. Actually, the last set of books I bought were all from Book Outlet. I bought them during like the Black Friday sale when stuff was like whatever percentage off, and I wasn't going to do it. I held out. I haven't done a Book Outlet purchase in forever, but I succumbed. I was weak, but actually I did a really good job. I can't remember what it was, but I think I paid like less than $25 or $20 for all of these. First, I bought a bunch of Abby Glines books. I think this is right. So I bought Rush Too Far by Abby Glines, which is like book 4-ish, sort of. It's fallen too far from Rush's perspective. Actually, I already read this, so I'll talk about it in my wrap-up. I had been wanting to read this, but I was not nearly willing to pay full price for it, and I'm glad I didn't. But I figured I'd pick it up because her ebooks are kind of pricey too. I've read like all of her books as ebooks basically. And then last year, actually, for the Black Friday sale, I bought some Abby Glines books, and I had bought 2 random books in the Seabreeze series, but they were like the 3rd and 4th books or something like that. I don't know. And I was planning on reading them out of order, but people had said not to. So I did buy the first book, Breathe, as an ebook, but like I said, her ebooks are pricey, so I'd been kind of holding out on them, but they have like the whole series up there. So I got Because of Low, which I know is the 2nd book. This is the next one I have to read. And then I got Misbehaving and Sometimes It Lasts. I think there is one more book in this series that I don't own. And I think it was up there, but I didn't get it for some reason. I don't really remember. This goes against everything I've been doing this year, but it was such a good deal, I had to do it. I got Unmade and Untold by Sarah Rees Brennan. So last year my brother got me Unspoken, which is the first book in the Lynburn legacy, and I've been trying really hard not to complete series before I've read at least the first book, but like I said, this was such a good deal that I was like, even if I hate it, it's fine, it's not that much money, because these are hardcover, which is what my first one is, so they will match, and hopefully I will really enjoy it. I know people really like this series. It's a paranormal young adult, and I think it has like a really slow burning romance. And then I bought Curtsies and Conspiracies, which is the 2nd book in the Etiquette and Espionage series, or Finishing School series, sorry, by Gail Carriger. I was asking for the first book for Christmas, and it was really hard because they had the first one on there, and but I had already sent everybody my Christmas list, obviously. I was like, oh my god. And I did end up getting it for Christmas, so it's fine. It's paperback and this is hardcover, but whatever. I was glad to have this. And then the last book I got, I kind of was like, it's such a good deal, let me just browse the romance section. I'm so proud of myself. I only bought one romance novel. And I bought How a Lady Weds a Rogue by Catherine Ash. I've never read anything by her or anything, so I don't really know anything. I did read synopsis before I bought it, but I don't remember anything about it. But I'm definitely a historical romance fan, obviously. And Lisa Kleypas blurbed this, so it can't be horrible. I've been meaning to read this the last couple weeks, and I just like always have something else come up. It's got a family tree. I always like Stephanie Lawrence had family trees in her books, in the Sinster books. Did anyone else read those? And it was like obnoxious because there was like 50 kajillion books in that series. That is my book haul, and like I said, I don't plan on buying anything in January, but I will probably buy a couple books in February. I don't know. There are books coming out in February, like Meg Cabot's new book, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it right when it comes out. Like, I'm trying to continue in this year to be smart about my book buying and just really only buy books that I want to read urgently. The TBR shelf is definitely full now after this and Christmas, so I need to read some of those, which I am doing. I'm very proud of myself. I've actually already read some of these, like you saw, so that is good. If you have any questions or comments about any of these books, feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!